Yo, what is up YouTube? I'm Blitz5 and this is going to be a review slash already unboxed video of the Arcade Hecarim skin from the Riot Games merch store. So I've done a lot of these figurine unboxings, so I figured I'd already unbox it, just get right to the figurine. What we normally have here is a box. This one's a little bit bigger than normal. This is the Jinx figurine to scale. And just a little backstory, the reason why I bought this is Series 2 number 1, this is Series 2 number 2. Thought that'd be pretty cool, and I own both of these characters in-game and are probably two of my most played characters in the game. Could be a lie, a little bit of a stretch, but I like to play Hecarim a lot, and I usually play Jinx when I'm in the bot lane, or Ashe, or whatever. Anyways, moving on from that, the reason why I purchased this is a limited edition Series 2, and if you watch my videos in the past, they're making basically every League of Legends character in the game. At first there was just a few characters, champions, and now they're on to Series 2, probably on to Series 3, who knows, I can't even keep track. Every time I go to the store, there's a lot more champions in the game. But what I've noticed, the only one that has a lot of value is my Nami figurine that is currently out of stock. So if you want to have some kind of value to these or a little bit more meaning, then purchase one that's either your favorite character, going out of stock, becoming a retired figurine, etc, etc, etc. So what comes in the box is we have the box. This is a nice box, it's pink, all its stuff, it's good to go. We have plastic, already took the plastic off, very minimal plastic, just covering it with a piece of paper. That's gone, and now we have the Arcade Hecarim figurine. So they also give you this card, which I will show is a Riot Games authenticity card with a code in the back to verify your figurine. That's off to the side, and now to the main show. So this is one of the coolest League of Legends figurines that I have received. Obviously, as they've created more of these, they've gotten a lot better, and now that we're on to Series 2, they're doing skins, so this is just way out of comparison to the original League of Legends figurines. The only one I have that really compares to this in style is the Jinx figurine that I just purchased, Series 2 limited edition Firecracker Jinx. I have the regular Jinx and then that one, and they all look great, but when you have a skin, it has a lot more color and kind of flair to it. So one of the first things that I noticed is how big the base is on this one and how detailed it is. Normally the bases are just like a black piece of plastic that's a circle. This one is actually kind of like a little arcade piece, and on the bottom it's got pixelated arrows kind of signifying Hecarim's ult, which he kind of launches forward and fears any characters. So that's great. It's 3 arrows pixelated. I mean, it looks really nice. And then on the front here we have the D-pad, or like a thumbstick for like a controller or an arcade, if you want to say that. This also has 3 dots, which I guess are supposed to be buttons, but they kind of just look like little dots or skittles. It's a yellow button, a blue button, and a red button. And then on the back, which I think looks a little bit better, I think this should have been the front realistically, we have a joystick and then 3 buttons that look like buttons, and that's blue, red, and yellow. And then moving on to Hecarim, there's something really cool here that I've never noticed before, and it shows that they're putting a lot of detail into these figurines, is that his axe doubles as a guitar. I knew that, but what I didn't notice is that there is this lever here. I think they call this like a wah-wah bar or whammy bar. I forget the exact term. People probably make fun of me. I don't play guitar. I could probably Google it, but then I have to stop recording the video, do all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. It's a little thing that you can kind of hit and it makes like that wah noise, and I think they named it after that, if I'm right. So that's really cool. It's just a lot of detail, and now when I play Hecarim next time, Arcade Hecarim, I'll look out for this piece because I think that's really sweet that they did that. And then they continued the theme with more buttons. This actually looks like a Guitar Hero piece here with the buttons on the top. It's green, red, yellow, blue, and orange. And then the figurine itself is very silver, so it kind of looks a little bland. It threw me off. Obviously that is his color, but the armor just looks a little weird. I've seen people kind of give some criticism for the League of Legends figurines because they've seen like marks and tarnishes or parts where it looks like it was glued, and I've never had that issue, and I own about like 7 or 8 of these. And in this one, I'm not gonna be hypercritical and say that I see that stuff, but it looks like there's a little bit of tarnish here, but it's also because it's silver and black, and I feel like when you paint something in silver, it kind of shows those little marks a little bit more. So I don't want to be hypercritical of that. It looks so great that I'm not going to knock it for that at all. So aside from the armor being a little bit bland, there's a lot of cool details here with color. So I really like that the visor and the sharp part of the axe is kind of this opaque pink, which looks really nice. It's awesome. And then you have the unicorn here, goes from green, yellow to red, and then it kind of continues on in the tail, which is pink, red, orange, a little bit of yellow, and then green. So it has a really nice touch, and then the mohawk is nice. Looks really good on the figurine. It looks a little off because the silver looks so metallic, and then the other pieces are kind of a little bit more matted in color. But overall, this is a really great piece, and I'm really happy with it. It's so much more unique than the other ones, and not, I like a lot of these other ones. Like I said, my Nami is probably my favorite figurine just because Nami's a great character and it's retired now. But moving on, it seems like you get a lot more value if you're going to spend $25 on one of these figurines, or 20 bucks if they're on sale, if you get one that has a skin, limited edition, has a lot more detail. Just coming from me, I've purchased a lot of them. It's kind of, I'm not going to say a waste of money, but it seems like this would be a really tough collection to collect all of these. You'd spend so much money. So like I always recommend at the end of these videos, I would recommend purchasing this if it's on sale, if they have the buy one, get one free, where you get a mystery character, buy multiple ones at a time so that you save on shipping, and then you just start your collection. Either get one that is one of your favorite characters that you have a skin of in the game like this one, or purchase one that's going out of stock, so it has a little bit more value to you. I mean, you don't have to follow that. You can just buy a random one if that's really how you feel, but I think if you're going to be spending the money, that's probably a smarter way to go. And as I'm talking, I'm just looking underneath here. Designed in California, made in China. I've never really looked at the bottom of the base here because normally it's black, but this one's silver, so you can actually read it. Nothing in the bottom here that's worth noting. I think that's basically it. Oh, one last detail that I noticed before is that the eyes are actually really cool. They're pixelated, so the eyes and the eyebrow are pixelated to give him a little bit of a face, which is a really small detail and just adds kind of to the character. When you look at the piece longer, you notice little things like that, like little things in the armor. There's pink in there. Just little extra detail like that always goes a long way, and this is definitely one of the more detailed pieces. The longer I look at it, the little things I notice, the more things I notice. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, but actually before I end, I want to measure this up for scale. So I'm going to head and close this out and say thank you all for watching, but I'm going to measure this so you guys can see the distance, the length, if you're into that kind of stuff, to be just really exact and finish the review in a correct manner, because that's how I roll. So I brought in two of my trusty League of Legends figurines to help me out with this. We got Heimerdinger out of the mid lane and Lulu out of the support bottom lane. I'll put her in. She's going to support me in this measurement scale comparison. So as you can see here, Heimerdinger, I'm going to say, is the average League of Legends figurine. Most figurines are this size. They're about this height, the same size and length and width, so it's about equal circumference. And then Lulu, I was going to say Lululemon, is the exception to this because she's basically the same height as Heimerdinger, but her staff adds a lot more length. So I'm interested to see, how much of a difference Hecarim is, and then you can see off the bat that Hecarim is definitely the tallest League of Legends figurine that I own, and I gifted Nautilus to a friend. I don't own that one, but I remember that Nautilus also came in a very big box, and going back to the beginning, you can see that this is the Hecarim box upside down, and this is the Jinx box. So most are the size of Jinx. Hecarim is the exception, and also Nautilus is another one of the exceptions because he's holding his hook in the air. So there's probably only a few League of Legends figurines that are actually this height. Okay, so now we're going a little bit overboard, and I'm gonna measure the length of these three League of Legends figurines for comparison, and also my iPhone 6 for another comparison for size. For what reason, I don't really know, just because we have the capability and I have a measuring tape with me. So right here we have the Heimerdinger specimen. He is about 3 inches long. So since his length and width is about the same, I'm gonna say he's got a 3-inch circumference. Using some really great terms here, this is the average League of Legends size. So we're gonna say 3-inch circumference and about, this is kind of hard to measure this way, about 3 inches high. I'm sure these measurements are probably on the website, but hey, we're doing a review. I'm fact checking League of Legends Riot Games, might as well, right? So then we're gonna say the base for Lulu is exactly the same. Her height is pretty much the same, potentially a little bit higher, maybe 3.25. I'm sorry, 3.5 to 3 3/4 inches height. Then the length here is where we get a little bit more serious. The length on Lulu will do from the top of the staff to about the back of the base is about 5.5 inches long, almost 6 inches. And then when we get to Hecarim, definitely the longest figurine in the game. From the front tip of the spear to the back of the base is about 6 inches, so just a little bit longer than Lulu. And then we have standard issue iPhone 6, which comes in at about the same size as Hecarim at almost 6 inches long. So actually, Hecarim might be a little bit bigger than the iPhone, but for comparable size, Hecarim is the same length as an iPhone 6. And then coming in is my tallest League of Legends figurine, probably one of the taller League of Legends figurines available. Kind of hard to measure with his mohawk. We're gonna come in at about 6 inches tall, which is surprising. I would not imagine that, but he's about as tall as he is long. Hecarim is a big boy. All right, so I think that's it for me. Like I said before, this is a little overboard here, but just having a little fun breaking down the arcade Hecarim League of Legends figurine. So this is it. For comparison, here was Heimerdinger and Lulu, as I like to say, Lululemon, my iPhone. Here's everything. Really great item. If you're interested, go check it out on the League of Legends merch store before it comes unavailable. Obviously, not a paid product or promotion or anything like that, not being backed by Riot. I just think this is pretty cool. I think League of Legends is a great video game. I think Riot Games does a great job. It's a free video game, so I like to support them with money because personally I think it's one of the best video games ever made, so I don't mind shelling them over some cash. I'm a sucker for some collectible items from time to time, and this is one of them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. I'm Blitz5, and peace out.